Hey, Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central European time on the dollar. We do the show every day, Monday to Friday, because we gotta know. We gotta know what's happening. Bitcoin, altcoins. What kind of hack did we have today, and stuff like that. You know. So there is that. We're gonna look at why are we not pumping towards upside. I thought the late adopter, you said yesterday that this looks good. This is gonna pump. Why are we not pumping? So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna look at a little bit at DXY as well. What's happening up there. Is this actually gonna fall down or not? We're gonna look at it. And I had an investment that right now it got hacked. It's down. It went down 99% because all of the liquidity got drained out from the exchanges. That said, beside that, Doge is doing good, guys. Doge is doing good. Is it Doge doing good right now? Let me see. I haven't actually checked Doge today. I actually didn't see what Doge is doing. -2% today. It did this double top up here towards the upside. Maybe it's coming to some kind of ending. You see here, it hit up here, some kind of resistance, came back to the same resistance up here, and right now it's kind of pulling down. The question is, will it go all the way up here to the next resistance, or will it just go below the support down here and crash on the downside? So big questions for Doge needs to be answered. I did not do a Doge video yesterday. I actually went to work and I forgot about it. So there's that. And when I came home, I wasn't in the mood to make any videos. So there is that. This thing down here got rug pulled. Didn't get rug pulled. It got hacked. So we're gonna talk about that as well, because I got a small investment in this crap up here, so it kind of ruins my day. But the way I see it, maybe I'm gonna buy another stack of that and see how that goes. How's everybody in chat doing? Mladen is in the chat. How you doing, Mladen? Bjornar, good morning. Vad sker, man? Vad sker? And for once I'm on time. You're on time, Bobbly. Rushton Army, long time no see. How you doing, man? Let's go. The center plan, what's up? We know the dates. The green is goblin, yo, what's up? Dobro jutro. Stanko, dobro jutro. Let's go, Dodge. We know the date. Gort, yes, exactly. We know the date. We know the date. People think that the dates that we come up with, are, mumbo jumbo, but, we know who look at the dates. We and the billionaires. Only we, the billionaires and the trillionaires, look at the dates. Just make sure you sell everything before the date. I'm a little bit unsure whether that's gonna be exactly the sell date or buy date, but we still got something like 20 days left until the date, and we're gonna see how that plays out. That said, let's see what's happening in Bitcoin, guys. Let's see what's happening in Bitcoin. And Bitcoin up here is doing this move up here. If you look at the small time frames, you'll see up here that right now we are breaking the 200 moving average on the 1 hourly time frame up here towards the downside. Not actually bullish outlook. Up here several times failed to get above the 20 moving average on the 4 hourly time frame. Right now breaking the 50. Not actually a bullish outlook. There is no divergence on the 4 hourly either. So not short term, does not look like this is gonna just bounce. We still got support up here below these levels. We still got support, I would say, up here below these levels. So that's the support level. So if you start falling below that support, we are we might go all the way down to some kind of 20k again. I would assume that should be decent support down here at 20k. If we do go below this support over here, the 20k support might actually hold. There is a pattern up here that's being made on the small time frames. This is 1 hourly time frame, so let's go up here. And this is depends on how you draw it, of course. It's always depends on how you draw it, but something like this maybe. And down here something like this, give or take. Maybe something like this up here, give or take. Depends on how you draw it. Everything is dependent. So this expanding musical instrument towards the downside, and this expanding musical instrument towards the downside should have more probability to go towards the upside. Now this is 1, 2, 3 three touches on the downside over here, which is very nice. But oftentimes this has another dump down here. Now whether this dump is the dump that we are looking for, 1, 2, 3, without this 4 dump, maybe this third dump up here we you know, I would expect this third arm to be a little bit bigger and faster, but it's not. But if this actually holds, these three bottoms up here, it holds this, because I've seen this kind of pattern a lot of times. You see, you get some kind of expanding you know, musical instrument towards the downside. You hit the bottom, you come down again, but you don't hit all the way that low. You just hold the support, and then you go up there again, and then you have a, you know, big fast wick towards downside to, you know, get out you know, longs or something like that and get into the shorts, and then you break this towards the upside. So short term up here, although it does not look good to be starting breaking certain stuff, it just might break towards the upside. So, you know, I'm not saying anything right now, but, you know, this if this you know, breaks the upper side up here, it's gonna be looking good. And if it starts breaking these lows down here, we might see again, you know, what we said, 20k down here again, right? 20k down here at the bottom of this wedge again. That could definitely happen. So, you know, a little bit undecisive right now. Resistances are for shorting, supports are for longing, and so forth. But right now, you know, I think that there is a probability that this might actually break towards the upside. And right now that I'm looking at this part over here, this looks like some kind of triangle. So let's go into small time frames up here and see if this is actually a triangle of some kind. Let's go a little bit higher time frame up here. Let's try to draw some kind of triangle out of these lines up here. Maybe something like this up here on the upside, and the downside should be something like this, like, you know, got some kind of bottom down here. I'm a little bit unsure about this one, but, you know, might be something like this up here, give or take. Nice. This looks better. This looks better. So maybe it's some kind of triangle, depends, you know, maybe some kind of triangle that's right now holding up here. If we continue going towards the downside, we need to hold, you know, even if some kind of move down here, we need to hold, you know, 20 point something, and then we gotta, you know, so like we said, support at 20.8 down here. So there are a couple of support levels that this actually might actually bounce off of. So, you know, I'm not really worried right now because no big levels are being broken towards the downside. You know, we are just kind of expecting... Is it today, guys? Today is the Fed meeting. Oh, I thought it was tomorrow. Today is the Fed meeting. Ah, man, the trillionaires pay the billionaires to look at the dates. No. The trillionaires pay the billionaires to look at the moons, and then trillionaires look at the planets. You know? No, not today. It is today. Another issue from Federal is on the way. Here's some. What's the date of the next Federal? I don't know. You tell me, guys. Don't let me. Don't make me go and, you know, Google stuff. Tell me. 2 p.m. Eastern today. 2 p.m. East time. 7 o'clock. So 7, 8, 9. 9.5 hours left. So in 9 hours and 27 minutes. Fed interest rate is in 9 hours and 27 minutes. That's exactly over there. This is the line. This line over here, that's the interest rate hike line. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this actually plays out. I think this, you know, pattern did look bullish, but I think people are waiting. I think people. I was posted at the TG group. Casper. Everybody waiting for the next big pump. Yesterday and today they just meeting. Thursday the announcement. No, not today. Thursday. The only people say in the chat saying Thursday. We gotta do this. When is rate hike thingy? Today, tomorrow. Let's see. I'm gonna trust the, you know, the consensus on this one. So, you know, if the consensus is today, then it's probably today. Poll press conference is today. The Fed Twitter has it on there. Yes, it's tomorrow. Sorry. Check economic calendar. Well, 86% says today. 14% says tomorrow, so check link. There is a link. Let me check if there is a link. Where is the link, man? Where did you post the link? Where is the link, guys? Where is the link? Fed, something Fed, right? Bitcoin pump and dump 580. Fed. When?
For example, consider this. In the year 2000, if current trends continue, the average blue-collar annual wage in this country will be $568,000. Think what this inflated world of the future will mean. Most Americans will be millionaires. Everyone will feel like a big shot. Wouldn't you like to own a $4,000 suit and smoke a $75 cigar, drive a $600,000 car? I know I would.
Yeah, that's why we like inflation. So 81% is today, 19% says tomorrow. I'm from Holland, the news said today. The only FOMC meeting, interest rate decision Thursday. Fake news, Gort. Yeah, Gort is fake news, guys. We don't believe the Gort. Gort, you lost. The poll is done. Over 80% says today. So there is that. Today at 7. Fake news, Gort. Yeah, Gort is fake news, guys. Gort is fake news. We don't believe Gort. Gort the fart. So in 9 hours and 23 minutes now, 23 minutes, it's the meeting. So that is that. So it's gonna be very interesting to see whether that's gonna happen. That said, guys, that said, you know, just like we said right over here, these 3 weeks on the downside with the expanding wedge up here, this looks like it wants to break towards the upside to me, and I would expect again more, you know, more probability towards the upside and downside. But this is a small term time frame, this is 1 hourly time frame, and of course we got a FOMC meeting. So once the FOMC meeting kicks in, the volatility will hit big time. Now we did already pump big time up here and right now consolidating up here, but if you remember the last time, what is the last time? You see up here, where was the last time? Up here. The big dump up here, this was also a FOMC meeting when we, you know, pumped up here. But we are going towards downside up here, pumped and then, you know, pushed down. And then the meeting after that, where was the meeting after that? Up here. This meeting over here went down, then up, then down, you know, didn't do anything. So, you know, it could be one of those things up here as well. So, you know, right now up here, I think just consolidating, waiting for the volatility to kick in up here. I think it's just consolidating, waiting for the volatility to kick in. Yeah, the volatility up here on the small time frames is going down. The daily time frame up here did kick up in the volatility a little bit towards the upside, which is actually quite good, but, you know, we gotta see that. And the weekly volatility, which we have been following for a long time right now, is down at some kind of bottom right now, you know. So some kind of big move needs to happen, and even though we did pump already, the big move did not happen yet. You will notice the big move, and once the big move happens, it's gonna be big, but it's not big yet. And, you know, when you look at it like this on the weekly time frame, this looks like, you know, rounded bottom down here. Big move up here, rounded bottom up here. I think it's gonna go towards the upside. I also read in Wall Street Journal something like that. I didn't actually read Wall Street Journal, but there was an article about Wall Street Journal or some newspapers like that, or Bloomberg Times or something like that, that somebody from Morgan Stanley or Goldman Sachs or some kind of big company said something in the lines of, if the Fed interest rate only goes up to 0.5, the stock market could pump 10%. I'll be awaiting for my apology. Gort, you will get your apology if you are right. But if you are not right, we accept apology. Apology or $1 million, you can choose. In a parallel universe, Gort is right. Yesterday I saw Watch Your Guru tweet, Biden sports Fed policy changes. What was that all about? I have no clue, man. Hard to decipher that one. It's hard to decipher that one. Okay, not talk about GORT. Let's continue looking at the charts up here a little bit. So as you can already see on the weekly time frame, we technically on the weekly time frame we are not that bullish. Like we are bullish on the small time frames because everything down here below us, right in this last bottom down here, got, you know, right now we are holding the support up here. That's why, you know, I wouldn't like to go. I mean, we can still wick down and come right back up again or whatever, right? That can definitely happen. And the bad times is gonna start when we, you know, when we go down below the moving averages and then these bottoms down here. So, you know, saying that we are having some kind of big move towards downside, you know, right now, if we dump on anything, I think that's a little bit too early to call for that. But I will tell you what's actually does worry me, but it's not this chart over here. The weekly chart, I really like the weekly chart when it comes to, you know, following what's gonna happen next and did we actually break the trend or not. Because when you're looking at 1 hourly, 4 hourly, daily time frame, like things can change really fast, right? But when you look at it on the weekly time frames, especially when you got some kind of pattern on the weekly time frame, when you go too fast towards downside, there is no pattern up here. It's really hard to say, you know, what's gonna happen next. But when price consolidates for a longer period of time, then you can, you know, actually start, you know, looking at what's gonna happen next, what kind of next big move is gonna happen. You know, consolidation, big move, consolidation, big, you know, big move. Let's write on the upside, right? Consolidation, big moves, right? Big moves happen, and then you know, and once you have this big move up here that goes over a certain amount of time, then you can, you know, also maybe predict what's gonna happen next and so forth, Consolidation, big move, right? So once you're having this up here, you also know that, you know, some kind of consolidation is gonna come and so forth. So you want these patterns on the big time frames, like weekly time frame, to tell you when the next big move is gonna happen, right? So what you're gonna see here is that we did not go above the 20 moving average up here, which is a very important level on the weekly time frame. We did not go above previous high up here, which is also not very you know, bullish, and we did not definitely go up here. So the three main levels of resistance up here are still not broken yet, and also the 200 moving average as well, we are still below that. So the 3-4 main levels on the weekly time frame are still not broken, and although we are very, you know, hopeful, and we still got, you know, a lot of hopium going on for us, we are not above those levels. And you can see here that, you know, we went from being in extreme fear to right now just being in fear. But, you know, it is good that we are going slowly towards, you know, some kind of optimism. And it's also good that we are not, you know, way optimistic right now, you know, euphoric or something like that, because that means that, you know, dump is unlikely. I think people are still, you know, betting that this is gonna dump. I think people are still betting that we should be going short. I think people are still betting that, you know, the Fed meeting will be bad, and, you know, the dump is coming and we're going to go down to 10K and the recession is still in play. So, you know, the way I see it, you know, just analyzing it by you know, some kind of sentiment, I think that, you know, there is more probability towards upside than downside when it comes to the sentiment on that case. When it comes to the, you know, the technicals, although it does look good, you know, we know the technicals can change and we are hitting some kind of resistance up here, but like you saw on the small time frames, I think this looks like it could break towards the upside, but it could also retest this on the downside. So it's a little bit kind of 50-50 up here. But I would say overall, because the consensus and the forecast for how much interest rates are gonna get hiked up is 0.75, and both consensus and forecast is 0.75. I do not, now that we have all this pivot talk and stuff like that, I do not believe in any kind of 1% pump, 1% interest rate hike. So I don't think it's gonna be above the consensus. So as long as we are on the consensus or below that, meaning 0.75 or 0.5, this, I think that this would be actually very good for us. This would be actually very good, because I cannot see that we are gonna, you know, go over the consensus when it comes to interest rate hike. Now, I'm a little bit unsure about how core inflation and, you know, the numbers up there are gonna, you know, play out. And let's go check out core inflation consensus. Core inflation forecast. Let's see the forecast for core inflation and stuff like that, right? I think it's up here. Q412. This is up down here. This is the United States core inflation rate, right? Last time it was 6.6, which went above the expectation. It's all-time high. And right now they're forecasting 6.7. So if the forecast is met 6.7, it won't be that bad. I think if the core inflation is at 6.7, I mean, it's already kind of priced in, it won't be that bad. Anything less than that, it might be good. So if you get some kind of 0.5 interest rate hike with, you know, 6.3 inflation or something like that, I think that might actually be very, very good for us. Anything above that, so it is a little bit, I think everybody is right now waiting for the numbers, right? Waiting for numbers. How's Chile is doing right now? Chile is up 1.8% and Latin is over the moon with the 1.8%. You know, low expectations, big happiness or something like that, right? Lowered do you remember that show, guys? That show from you know, lowered expectation show from Mad TV. Mad TV intro. Lowered expectations. It's a dating show, you know. Appreciate any opinion. So what? So I don't know where it was. So yeah, the Fed meeting and stuff like that, you know, how it's gonna play out. Now let's go to the DXY. Now the DXY still did not break the, you know, very important levels of support down here. Let me just remove a couple of lines up here on the chart. This was the level that we need to break towards downside. This is what we are expecting. This was the move towards upside up here. It's kind of getting a little bit rejected. I'm gonna tell you what actually worries me when it comes to this chart up here in just a second up here. So what you're gonna see here, we got a couple of levels up here on the chart. Let me remove even more lines to make it a little bit more, you know, digestible. So what you're gonna see here, here's the problem with this chart over here. This expanding musical instrument toward downside has more probability to, you know, to break down. This you know, folding channel towards downside is more probability towards upside than towards downside, but it's not that much falling. Now the problem up here is that we are coming down to the support level. So we are coming down to the support level over here. We already kind of did hit the support level up here, so we might do something like this up here and then, you know, blast through everything towards upside. So right now we are still not below the crucial level down here. We're still not below the crucial level down here. So if we do that on interest rate, you know, news and break through everything towards downside, this is gonna be party time for Bitcoin, everybody, right? But now, since we are already this low on the bottom part on this thing over here, with interest rates actually, you know, Fed meeting coming up and the new numbers are coming out, if the numbers are actually, you know, bad, this can definitely break to, you know, start pumping, you know, towards the upside. Now, if you look at a stock market up here as well, stock market is neither, you know, above certain levels yet. So can this up here right now, you know, continue dumping more towards downside? Definitely. So it's not like, you know, we are down here at the bottom and we are having the Fed meeting down here. We are having actually Fed meeting up here, right? So it's a little bit different, right? If you look at the Dow Jones is also here at some kind of top up here, right? So we're getting a Fed meeting after this rally towards upside, right? So right now this Fed meeting might, you know, crashes towards us. So that's kind of what's kind of worrying me, you know, that we are having this, you know, dollar being down at some kind of bottom, and then we're having this, you know, stock market being at some kind of top or close to the top, and then Bitcoin doing this sideways movement. And you know, it's been a lot of this pivot talk lately, and the pivot talk, although it is you know, it could be bullish, it could just be the talk, and they just might come out, you know, it's nice about pivot talk, but you know, the stuff is not going down, so we gotta pump the price, you know, pump the interest rate, you know, it could be that. There will definitely be volatility once it hits. So, you know, that's the only thing that worries me right now. The Fed meeting, the fact that we are not broken down on the DXY down here, that's kind of worrying. You know, I wanna get down below this yellow line over here. I wanna get down below the line. This is like the best case scenario if you go down below 100, what's that right now, 109 or something like 108 below the line down here. This is the kind of the best case scenario for us right now, and I think you know, it might be the case, because every single move beside this move up here, every single move up here has been, you know, some kind of weak, right? But this over here, entirety of this part up here is it does look like some kind of, you know, some kind of a, you know, a redistribution zone up here. towards the downside. It didn't last that long, so you know it's hard to say whether it's a distribution zone or not. But you know, this is the best case scenario for us right now. But of course, it can also, you know, the fear is that this can actually pump, which is actually gonna drop us big time towards the downside. And the stock market will be on some kind of top. Bitcoin still haven't you know, fallen down below levels. I'm still expecting this. I'm guessing this is gonna, you know, continue until the Fed meeting, and the Fed meeting we're gonna see either a drop towards the downside or to move towards the upside. As you saw on these small time frames up here, there is some kind of expanding wedge up here, so you know that might be actually good for us. Let's see up here. There is there is divergence up here on the chart. Bullish divergence on the 4-hourly time frame up here. Bullish divergence on the 4-hourly time frame up here. You can see down here. But you know, if this drops down, then you know the divergence is, you know, it's a lag indicator. It's not something we should be looking at, you know, to figure out what's gonna happen next. So there's that. Could we go all the way down to the 10 moving average up here and then bounce off of that? Definitely, like we said, you know, down to some kind of 20k, even 19.7k, even down as low as 18.3k, and everything will still be fine. Because you know the line is broken, definitely broken, retested as well, and right now the question is whether we are gonna you know, bounce off that line. Let me just see up here. Is this line up here? Yeah, everything else is broken as well. Then doesn't matter how you put it up here. Doesn't matter how you put it. Everything is broken. Like, literally everything is broken. So I think we already broke the, you know, when it comes to trend lines, we already, you know, everything down here, you know, we broke the trend, the sideways trend. We kind of broke the trend. Can we go down here again? Yeah, definitely can, but you know the trend is broken. The thing that you know, that worries me on the weekly time frame are these 4 very important, you know, levels of resistance that are not broken. You know, the previous high, the 200 moving average, the 20 moving average, the previous high up here. You know, those are the levels that we need to break, you know, to get people a lot more optimistic than we actually are. But you know, we are not quite there yet. Now, tired legs 449 LTC. I'm in a short after taking proof on long. What are levels? Jako hvala brate. Sretna from London. Okay, let's check out a Litecoin first. I don't know why on Litecoin, man. Like, who is in Litecoin? Like, I don't get Litecoin talk. I don't even know where on my chart the Litecoin is. There is. It's up 8%, dude. Maybe I remember back in the day, people are talking always that, you know, Litecoin is, you know, indicator for what Bitcoin is gonna do, and you can see here that Litecoin did what we are expecting Bitcoin to do. You know, pump up here, consolidate, and then go towards upside. So this is the thing that we are expecting Bitcoin to do, right? The first thing you're gonna notice is 200 moving average on the daily time frame, very important level. Up here is also this level comes up to the stops up here at 62, 63, which are very important. We are right now pumping above 10, 20 moving average up here, which is very nice. The center plan is messaging me on Twitter, Telegram, and posting charts. 111. Yeah, the chart that was posted. DXY has a head and shoulders. Yeah, but it's kind of crappy head and shoulders. I gotta admit that. We're gonna talk about head and DXY. Redo it on your chart. Yeah, I'll redo it on my chart. So these are the most important levels up here, and everything else below that actually got broken. So if you look at a weekly time frame, like between these two levels, there is literally nothing. There's empty space, 10% up towards upside. And you can see up here right now we are actually bouncing. So I'm thinking 62, 63 is actually very, and this is actually pumping on 5-minute time frame. What's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes time frame? I think it can go to 62, 63, like those are major levels. And right now, you know, Litecoin is not, you know, Dogecoin that's gonna pump like 17% in one day, but it might be precursor for what Bitcoin is gonna do. So, you know, there is that, because the Bitcoin and Litecoin are like, you know, bros, so there is that. Have you ever checked out RFox? No. But the central plan did show me something on DXY, so let's check that out. So if you remove that, he's saying that this might be head and shoulders pattern. Now this is already broke. There is a trend line up here that goes something like this, right? And this trend line already broke, so you know that's already a little bit bullish for us. But like you just saw over here, we did not break the big trend, right? The small trend up here is broken towards downside, which is actually very good, and we should do something like this and maybe go towards downside. But the big trend is not broken. So just because we broke this trend over here, it can, you know, come back up again if it's very strong and continue towards upside. Now what the central plan is you know, saying, and I've seen other people say that as well, is that this is a head and shoulders pattern and it should, you know, drop down. So the head and shoulders pattern goes something like this, give or take, of course, from the top to the bottom to the top to the bottom up here, and top to the bottom down here as well. And you know, depends on how you draw this, maybe a little bit up there, maybe a little bit down there. There we go. Head and shoulders pattern, some kind of head and shoulders pattern. Now the target for the head and shoulders pattern is pretty, you know, standard, at least, you know, from what everybody's looking. That's down at here 106. Now if this does play out, I wouldn't call this a head and shoulders a pattern. There is you know, a couple of reasons for that, because this first maybe it's a head and shoulders pattern, but you know, I would like, you know, the price to, you know, hit some kind of levels up here a little bit harder with, you know, this was kind of, you know, crappy shoulder or something like that. But if it is some kind of head and shoulders pattern, the targets are down here at 106 or something like that, and as we just saw, you know, up here 106 is down there. So you know, if we do go down there, it's gonna be, you know, good times. That's a channel as well. This is a channel. I don't see the channel. I see a expanding musical instrument. Bottom is in. We will never see 90k again. Buy now, stay poor. Eric, you was telling us to go down to 10k, man. You have been saying 10k, 12k, 14k, 15k, 13k, 7k, 5k. What happened, man? What happened? Chickens ain't selling right now. Sell chickens, sell. So there is that. So as we just saw, you know, Bitcoin looking okay-ish. There will be Fed meeting today. At least 80% in the chat think the meeting will happen today. And if the meeting happens today, you know, there will be volatility. If it happens tomorrow, it will be volatility tomorrow. That said, guys, that said, there was a coin that I was invested in that got hacked. So let's talk a little bit about that. So I bought this coin called a Rubik, and you see down here, it's down something like, you know, it was down 89%. This is on Kraken. This is on Kraken. This is on from up here, from yesterday up here. It was down 99% on Uniswap. 99% down. So what happened actually with this thing over here is that let's go to Twitter. We can read it right from the, you know, from the page. Let's go up here. Here we go. This was one of our admin wallets. So their admin wallet address was compromised, hacked. This wallet managed RBC, BRBC, bridge and staking rewards. So rewards were, you know, compromised. We suspect it was a malicious software used to get access to the admin wallet's private keys. Whatever. 2. Around 34 million RBC were sold on Uniswap. How much is 34 million? 34 million. Let's see up here. We're just gonna take some kind of average between the top and the bottom down here and say, you know, they sold at average at 0.044. How much is 34 million? How much did I get? 30. Let's see up here. 34 million times 0.044. 0.044. They managed to get 1.5 million on the hack. If it was some kind of average, depends on how much they, you know, bought higher and how much they, you know, they probably got less than a million. Less than a million. I will assume they probably, if they managed to sell, you know, 34 million, I'm guessing they, you know, got less than a million. Rubik Exchange continues to work with interruption and your staking funds are SAFU. None of contracts were exploited, rather it was the private keys of the wallet that were compromised. Somebody stole the private keys, took the funds, dumped it on the exchanges, and the price tanked. It is important to note that none of our contracts allow users' funds or for swaps or staking to be moved to unintentional destinations. Your funds are always SAFU. The team is dealing with the situation and will keep you updated on the next steps. Staking rewards will resume in a couple of days. We'll post the admin's wallet address as well as the hacker's wallet address. So the compromised Rubik address was this over here and the hacker's address was down here. Let's check out the hacker's address up here. ETH scan. Let's check out the hacker's address and how much they got. Right now, Ether value 217,000. Fake phishing, what? 7 hours ago. I don't understand most of these kind of things, but let's just check it out. Yeah, swap 34 or for 137 Ethereum. They got 137 Ethereum. How much is 137 Ethereum? 137, wait. What am I? 137.3 times, what's the price of Ethereum right now? Times 1575. 200. The hack got them $260,000 and it's still on the address. It's still on the address. So there is that. So the question is, you know, how am I doing? Where did I bought? How bad am I? So when I bought the Rubik, I bought it down here at 53 or something like that down here. So I was up like 50%. Right now I'm down like 50%. And the question is, you know, what do I think about the hack? And I don't think it actually very much. I think the same thing that I think when you know, any other hack happens to any kind of other project. Number one, will the project survive? Was this, you know, was the hack something that you know, showcase some kind of vulnerability that can be fixed? Did the team rug pull? Was it inside the hack, inside trading hack? You know, will the project lose the faith and ability to move forward? Is it still valid in the long term, and so forth, so forth? And everything I know right now so far seems like, yeah, it was a hack, they messed up, but the project is still on and stuff is going on. So the way I'm thinking right now, maybe I should buy, you know, double my stake or something like that, because it's very cheap. The way I see it's very cheap. Now, this is not financial wise for you to buy or sell, because you see, even the stuff I buy gets hacked and gets rug pulled and whatnot, you know. It's a big risk, stuff happens, you know, will it survive? The good thing is this hack did not happen at top of the bull market. It's still some kind of bottom, and as long as we are at some kind of bottom, you know, it's all good and dandy, right? Because there is still, you know, there's still a bull market to come, and if this project survives until bull market, the price will be higher than it is right now, right? So everything comes back down to, you know, will the project survive or not? So we're gonna see that. But yes, my stuff went down, you know, 99% of this, yeah, you know, hoping it's gonna, you know, survive the mess. You know, that's the best. And you know, I still like the project, I still like the updates and stuff like that, so you know, it's all good. So I'm not gonna sell, I'm not gonna panic and stuff like that. It's a long-term hold. If it goes down to zero, it goes down to zero. Like that's life. You know, I got other investments, it's okay, I'm gonna survive, you know. Still got a house, still got kids, still got a wife. You know, it's okay. But maybe I'm not gonna be able to buy my Cybertruck or something like that, but you know, it happens what happens, right? It happens what happens. So you know, I'm not that worried, you know. But when stuff happens, you always gotta ask, you know, big questions like, is the project dead? Is this something that, you know, is very, you know, bad for the stuff? So something like when Luna crash still. When Luna crash happened, right, people are, you know, still believing in Luna, but you know, then after that came out a lot of news about, you know, the CEO and, you know, the thing that they have been doing and stuff like that, and you know, then, you know, if the project loses credibility, it could, you know, wreck the project. But if the, you know, credibility is still there, it's okay. Does your wife come to know that you loaned at top by 10%, 10x? Yeah, she knows, she knows. Shillas your gems. I don't have any actually gems. This was a gem I actually shilled to people. I didn't actually shill it, but I said, you know, I'm probably gonna buy it, and I did buy it. Bought it once, but sold it once. Bought second times, sold it second times, bought it third times. Now I'm hodling, so there is that. But yeah, I don't have that many gems though. I don't have that many because I do not understand, you know, the fundamentals of stuff. You know, but the few times that I do, you know, EOS is your favorite. Oh man, don't get me started. Yeah, Bitcoin is up a little bit today, you know, maybe because Litecoin is actually pumping a little bit, so we're gonna see that. RSR is up 4.4%. Not much is actually up. BET is up 11%. Finally, BET is doing something. I don't know what this is. Oh, BET is doing very nicely right now. I don't believe in BET. It's a Finnish project that has got no, you know, expectations coming up for it. Elon is up 8%. So this thing is not stopping pumping yet. Elon, just like Doge, is, you know, very bullish. Litecoin up 12%, hitting the resistance up here. Very close to the 62, 63, which I think it's gonna be resistance for Litecoin. I don't believe Litecoin being the coin that, you know, pumps like 20, 30%. It could do that, but it's, you know, it's light Bitcoin. Rug Inu is my favorite. I need to invest in Rug Inu. End of 2024, early 25 based on previous data, but everything can change. There we go, bottom is it. Okay guys, that's all that's all the stuff that I want to talk about today. I don't have actually much more to talk about. We talked about the hack, we talked about Bitcoin. The Fed meeting is today. 80% think it's today, 20% to say it's tomorrow. So, you know, but this time I think I will trust the consensus and the Democrats in the chat and say that the meeting is actually tomorrow. So we're gonna see about that. Recterium will moon. Still my favorite coin from previous bull market is Pregnant Butt. I mean, you won't find better coin than Pregnant Butt. My short's not working too well. Maybe if you short it up here at 62, 63, maybe then. Maybe, just maybe. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. You know what to do with the KuCoin link. It will become a Bybit link soon. You know what's up. I'll see you around, guys. I'll see you around. Smash the like button on the way out. Join KuCoin while you can. Get 20% bees. Buy the gems that are gonna rug pull. And, you know, wreck you 99%. Short from 56. 56, that's, wow, you shorted very soon, man. But yeah, I don't know. So we're gonna see. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. Join KuCoin and Binance and our community. Bye bye. Mars, TLA, Dodge ship later. Bye guys, bye bye.